Hello, faithful listeners. My name's Clay Thompson, and I'll be your guide once again in the fiction room. Today's prompt is brought to us from username Joshua FN Boyer. Instead of heaven and hell, when you die, you find yourself in a room with a 6-year-old girl who invites you to join her tea party. It dawns on you, you're her imaginary friend. As always, I hope you'll enjoy listening to these stories as much as I enjoy reading them. But for right now, let us begin with our first story, written by Pandalite. I never should have gotten in the car with Paul. I knew he'd been drinking a bit that night, but I thought he'd be okay to get us home. It was just a few blocks from the bar. The last thing I remember was us screaming as he swerved off the road and tumbled down a hill, a sharp pain in my neck. Then, nothing. I woke up in a pastel pink room. A little girl was staring at me with wide eyes.
Hi, mister. I've never seen you before. What's your name?
I backed away slowly. I'm Mike. Listen, kid, I'm not sure how I got here. Where's your mom? She smiled at me.
Mama's downstairs. You're just in time for the tea party. Mr. Snowball and Mrs. Grizzly are already here.
She walked over to a little table where a stuffed tiger and teddy bear were sitting in front of plastic plates. She sat down at the table and patted the empty seat next to her.
You can sit over here.
I walked over reluctantly. Okay, but what's your name again? She stuck out her hand.
I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you, Mr. Mike.
I shook her hand gingerly. It was strangely warm. Hi, Sarah. Look, your mom might not like my being here. I should go talk to her. I don't even know how I got here. She giggled.
Mama never minds any of my friends. I think she's coming here now anyway. I'll introduce you.
She ran over to the doorway with my hand still in hers. A woman was walking into the room with a plate of muffins and a pitcher of milk. She looked strangely familiar.
Mama, meet my new best friend.
The woman smiled and set the tray on the table.
Oh, a new best friend, huh? What happened to Mr. Timmy? Mr. Timmy told me he had to go for a while, but made me promise to be a good girl for Mama and Daddy. This is Mr. Mike.
The woman looked up and stared right through me. I stood there, stunned. She looked just like my daughter. But my daughter was only a few years older than Sarah. A sense of dread crept into my stomach.
Mr. Mike, huh? Your grandpa was named Mike, too.
A tear trickled down her face.
Well, you tell Mr. Mike not to eat too many muffins and to be nice to you, okay?
I swallowed hard. Will do, Amanda, I whispered. She turned to go. Will do. So, kind of starting off this one with a tearjerker. I don't know about anybody, but that would be my ideal afterlife, is looking after my granddaughter, if I ever have a granddaughter someday. So, very nice twist, nicely written, and very well done. And now let's move on to our second story, written by Potato with a Knife. Where am I? The question is automatic, but so is the answer. Dead. Squished. Like a melted crayon on a back road somewhere. Didn't even see the guy cross the median, or feel the impact. Once alive, now dead. On and off. As easy as flicking a light switch. But I'm somewhere, at least. Not nowhere. So that's interesting. There's a room. And a girl. Both small, cramped, and cold. Her hair is dirty, unwashed and frizzy. Her arms thin, and face slightly sunken. Where am I? At a table. There's a mishmash of plastic utensils and plates, all from seemingly random and disparate design. A pink teacup in front of me.
More tea, Mr. Snuffles?
The girl's voice is more a squeak than anything else. Absurdly, I pick up the cup and hold it outward as she takes a small white kettle and pours some pretend tea. I'm supposed to be dead. I'm here in a little girl's room, having some kind of strange tea party, though I'm here and not here. Part of me is a corpse. Part of me is something else. Thank you, I say. At least my voice is normal. She drops the kettle, and it clatters onto the table.
You've never talked back before,
she says. Not afraid, no. She doesn't seem the kind of girl prone to skittish fear. She's hunched over, like she's ready to run and hide at any moment. Someone has hurt her. How? How do I know? Well, now I do, I think. It's a stupid thing to say, but I'm not entirely here right now. Part corpse, part air, sitting in a little girl's chair. She smiles. Her teeth are crooked. We sit in silence, mimicking sipping tea. The room is surprisingly bare beyond old toys and dirty clothes. There are holes in some of the walls. Fist-sized holes. There's a shout. Ashley! The name is slurred. Not spoken, but spat. He's going to hit her. The thought comes unbidden, but true. Is that your daddy? I ask.
Yes.
Where's your mommy?
Daddy says she's gone because of me.
The girl says it flat and intoned. Something ingrained as an inevitable truth. Something flattened and hammered.
He comes up to remind me,
she says again. Emotionless. The man tells her this thing. The father tells the daughter. His wife and her mother died giving birth, and he has never forgiven her. He loves her. He hates her. He doesn't know what else to do. A man comes into the room, and I stand. He doesn't see me. He doesn't know you. Part of you is dead. Part of you is here. There you are, he spits. Dead or not, I can still smell booze. 1 step. 2 steps. Push him. Why? I'm dead. Not here. Not really. Push him. Push him now. Push him hard. I push. The man is launched backwards, slamming into the wall and slumping forward, causing the girl to give a shout of surprise. In another moment, I'm beside him, sitting next to him. Don't do that again, I whisper. Don't ever try that again. His head jerks up, looking around, searching for a disembodied voice that he'll never find, never truly know. He begins to cry. An ugly, hoarse, and hopeless thing. He doesn't know why he does it. He doesn't question or bother. There's power in violence, and he uses it the only way he knows, from the only thing that can't hit him back. The girl is frozen in place, afraid of what is to come. She doesn't need to be afraid. She has me. I walk over and offer a hand, and hesitantly she takes it. When he gets up, he and I are going to have a talk, Ashley. She nods. We walk past him, the shaking man looking at bruised and calloused hands. Things should be better around here, I tell her, and mean it. Imaginary friends, for those who need them the most. A voice from nowhere and everywhere. The girl smiles again, the crooked teeth and sunken eyes, hopeful for the first time in a long time. You can make the man change for the better, for the girl, for those who need their imaginary friends. Imaginary friends, or guardian angels. To me, the dead man who is here but not here, I find those things to be one and the same. So, that was incredible. Very dark, obviously, a tearjerker and a thought provoker all at the same time. So, Potato with a Knife, you have outdone yourself once again. Definitely check out more of their work if you want to see more stories that really hit like this one. But for now, dear listeners, we must unfortunately bid you farewell once again. But before we go, we want to take a quick moment and say that as of this video's date, we just passed 200 subscribers. That's insane, it's incredible, and we can't thank you enough for all the support. So once again, if you enjoyed today's stories, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. It would very much help us. And wherever you are in the world, be safe, be well, and we'll see all of you next time.